Hey you guys, welcome back. My name is Jessica. If you've been here before, you already know all this. If you're new to the channel, hi. Um, you guys do all the YouTube things like subscribe, ring the notification button, so when I do upload, you'll get all the notifications and you'll know to come on here and watch the newest video. Um, like I said, my name is Jessica. I'm a certified peer recovery specialist. I'm a Narcan trainer. I'm an advocate for erasing the stigma for pretty much anything addiction and mental health related because there's a shitload of stigma around all of that and it aggravates me. So I kind of made it my mission to help erase all that and to answer questions about addiction because I have plenty of experience when it comes to that. I suffered fought my way through, however you want to say it, a 14-year opiate addiction, and I can answer a lot of questions about that. So, anyway, I wanted to make this video, and I've had to record it and erase it and re-record it so many times because it's something that's near and dear to my heart in a lot of ways, and it's very hard for me to record it. And unfortunately, it's something that a lot of people can relate to because it's touched a lot of people's lives, unfortunately. And I feel like over the course of the last year or so, it's gone up. But over the last weekend, unfortunately, I got the news that a friend of mine had taken his own life. And that's never good news to get. It's never good news to hear that we lose a loved one. But it just hits different knowing that someone just hit their absolute bottom and felt that they had no other way. And that they felt like that was their only answer. You know, um, I myself am a survivor of several suicide attempts. It's been several years ago, but my brother is a survivor of a suicide attempt. Um, it's very prevalent, you know. I have a daughter who is 21 now. And I remember when she was going to school, especially like I noticed it a lot when she was in middle school and God, even when she was in high school. But um, the first thing I noticed was like her and all her friends, it was just like kids her age. It was really cool for them to say, go kill yourself. They would like talk about that all the time, and they would say it jokingly. They would say it meaning it to each other. They had websites devoted to telling each other to kill themselves. Excuse me. All kinds of shit like that. We people my age would have never done. My graduating class had quite a few suicides in it. By the time my class was coming out of middle school and going into high school, we had already lost 2, 3 people that should have graduated with us that didn't. So, when I was growing up, suicide was a thing, unfortunately, that I had already had an experience with, unfortunately. But as time has gone on, it's gotten a lot more prevalent. But over the weekend, I was Keith and I were at my mom and dad's house, and I got on Facebook for whatever reason. I don't even remember. Facebook is like my most hated app, if I'm going to be completely honest. That and Twitter. God, I hate Twitter. just because I feel like it's a very, very toxic app. There's a bunch of friggin' assholes on Twitter. Um, but anyway, off topic. But I got on Facebook and unfortunately I saw that a friend of mine had taken his own life and his twin brother had found him that morning. And I just, that's a hard thing to find out at all, but for anybody, uh, my friend was such a light in this world. And I met him when I worked at a convenience store in my hometown. Um, and he had such a light about him, no matter when you saw him and what he was going through. And, you know, he had his own struggles. And he had this ability to just set his own struggles aside for whatever time period. You know, if he was standing there talking to you, he had this ability to just put his own struggles aside and just do his damnedest to try to make you smile or laugh. You know, he always wanted to know how you were doing and if things were okay, if there was anything he could do for you. Um, you know, I feel like it's a common thing for people to say, oh, so and so would give you the shirt off of, you know, his or her back. And my friend was one of those people, really one of those people. He would do anything for anybody, whether you were nice to him or mean to him. He just had one of the most giving, sweet souls I've ever come across in my life. And I wasn't the only one that felt that way about him, just by the response that his brother got on his Facebook post when he was trying to let all of my friend's name was Alex. When he was trying to let all of Alex's friends know that Alex had passed away and what had happened, it was just an outpouring of love and support and, you know, shock and sadness that Alex wasn't going to be here with us anymore. Um, because, like I said, he was just a sweet person. He was so nice, and anybody that knew Alex, you know, if you spent any amount of time with him, you knew that he did have some struggles. And I'm not going to talk about what his struggles were here because that's not my place, and that's not why I wanted to make this video. I wanted to make this video uh, because he deserves to have a little spot on the internet for people to know that he was such an amazing person. Uh, and as always, I wanted to link as many resources as I can, and I'll put them in the description box for anybody that watches this video, that sees this video, um, you know, that needs help. I'll put as many resources as I can in the description box. And as always, you guys know I've said it before, and I'll say it a million times. I'll say it until I cannot say it anymore. If there's ever anything that I can do for anybody that's out there watching, please don't hesitate to reach out. Um, I know what it's like to feel like you don't have anybody and like you don't have anywhere to turn. And, you know, even if you just want somebody to just be on the other end of the phone with you, not saying anything, I will be that person for you. Um, because sometimes just knowing that somebody is there, breathing on the other end of the phone makes all the difference in the world. So um, please don't hesitate to reach out. Uh, but anyway, back to Alex. One of the things that disturbs me beyond knowing that, you know, when I do go back to my hometown, that I'm not going to see him out somewhere, and I'm not going to see that smile that he had, or, you know, any of the great things that I remember about him, one of the things that disturbs me the most about Alex being gone is that his brother said that Alex had spent the last few months of his life in and out of hospitals, and that he was trying to get help for the problems that he had. Um, and he just couldn't get the help that he needed. And that really, really just pisses me off, to be completely honest with you. Just pisses me off. Because I have come across so many people in my life, especially since well, I'm not even going to say it that way. I've come across so many people in my life that were fighting whatever battle they were fighting, and they were scared for whatever reason they were scared for to reach out and get help. Um, and they lost that battle. And they were scared to reach out and get help. So they didn't. And, that's always a question that people ponder after someone is gone, whether it's a suicide or, something else happens. That's loved ones that are left behind are always left with questions. And too often, I personally have been left behind wondering, well, what if they would have gotten the help? What if they would have tried to get help? What if they would have got counseling? What if they would have went to treatment? What if, what if, what if, what if? And I hate that personally. I think it's one of the worst questions that plagues the human race, to be honest with you. What if? Uh, and now there's a new level to it that I've never had to experience before in my life. He tried to get help. And, you know, since I've heard about Alex's passing, I've laid in bed at night and just tried to make sense of it in my mind. And I just cannot make sense of it in my mind. I cannot make sense of the fact that he tried to get help and that he couldn't get help. And I don't understand why or how, somewhere along the lines, we decided as a human race that we could put a price tag on a human life. And that's one of the reasons why I've had to record this video so many times, and erase it and re-record it, because do I think that people that provide a service should get paid? I do, absolutely, wholeheartedly. But do I think that has been taken to an entirely grotesque level? Yeah, I do. Because I think that when someone like my friend reaches out and asks for help and is denied that help, or anybody else, it doesn't have to be Alex, anybody else, when any addict or any person that is struggling with their mental health or anything that they feel like they need help with, and they reach out to get that help and it's denied to them because they don't have enough money or they don't have enough insurance coverage, and it winds up costing that person their life, I think we have a bigger problem than what we realize. And I have a very hard time keeping my temper, to say the least, about situations like that, because I can't rationalize that in my head. I cannot make that make sense in my head. How do we get to that point that we made that okay? That, if somebody doesn't have insurance or if they can't afford the help, that we would rather turn that person away and have them go home and take their lives or cause further harm to themselves than just finding a way to offer them the help that they so desperately need. I can't make that make sense to me enough to where I can lay it down and move on to the next thing that I need to move on to right now in my life. And Alex is not an isolated case. Um, it's not like he's the only one that ever experienced trying to reach help or trying to get help. Um, and I don't know specifics, and I don't need to know specifics about what problem it was that Alex was trying to reach out for. I just know that it enrages me that he was struggling so much that he tried to, on multiple attempts, that he tried to go to a hospital and get help, and he was turned away. Um, I don't need to know why he was seeking help. I just know that he got turned away, and I know that he's no longer fucking here. And I know that mental health and addiction and poverty and low income and anything that falls within or around the realm of any of that carries so much stigma with it that people will just turn away and turn a blind eye to it. And it's costing people their lives. And I just can't be okay with that anymore. And I hope that you won't be either. So, before I go off on a big tangent and we have another long ass video where I get really upset, I'm going to end this here and go try to fix my microphone stand so I don't have to hold it every time because this just feels weird or like I should be singing karaoke or something. But like I said, I'm going to link as many resources as I can down in the description box below. My phone is always on. And no, I don't give out my phone number on the internet, but you can always reach me. My notifications for comments on my YouTube channel are always turned on. My Instagram account notifications are always on. If you do know me on a personal level and you ever need anything, please reach out to me. Please don't suffer in silence. And, you know, reaching out to someone doesn't necessarily have to be that you spill the beans about everything. So don't think that you have to do that. You know, reaching out to someone and allowing them to help you can be just as easy as just picking up the phone and talking about nothing. You know, um, just please don't think that you're alone because you're not. Um, there's so much more out there waiting for each and every one of you. And you're not alone. And there's so many resources out there that will help you. And if you call me and there's anything that I can do to help you, or you have reached out to other people to help you to get treatment, no matter what it's for, and they have turned you away for whatever reason, please reach out to me because I am a very tenacious person and I do not give up. And I will find a way to get you the help that you need. Period. I'm going to end today's video here. You guys remember, please, 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 addiction is a silent killer. So is mental health. It can be, but it doesn't have to be yours. Stay safe, stay alive, be kind to each other. And I will see you guys in the next one.